You know, people think that you legitimately do not like Natty and she hates you.
I know. And I was thinking before, I was even thinking before this that I was like, do I like fave him the whole interview and like keep the Natty thing? Because even when I'm down training, Natty won't post me on her Instagram because she's like, we got to keep it up. And I'm like, yeah. Before Natty leaves wrestling, we have to have our feud.
Seriously?
Like, she absolutely crushed her double seg match with Rhea, and it was so good. Natty is such a good trainer, and I think that's the one thing that people don't know about her is she's so patient. And when you've wrestled decades and it's just in your blood, how can you not? Like, she probably knows thousands of
She's
pins.
wrestled everybody, too.
Yeah, and like every pin and roll-up possible,
Sure.
she probably knows like 72 pins and roll-ups.
I'm sure she knows 1,072.
Totally. And so she's so patient, and her and TJ are just so in love. It's so gross to see. Like, they've been together since they were like, met when they were 13. I was actually just telling someone this. Like, they met when they were 13 years old, and she's in the ring teaching us all. And he's just like looking at her and like being in love. And I'm like, I hate this. When am I going to fight? Like, what is this? Like, aren't you sick of her? I'm sick of her. Aren't you sick of her?
But everyone comes back to that slap on Total Divas.
gosh.
Like, that was a legit slap.
Yeah.
And
She didn't know it was going to happen.
no way.
Yeah, that was a shoot. Well, I didn't mean it. So, what happened? Natty said people talk to her about the slap more than they ask her about Bret Hart at signings. And she's like, that slap will always be with me. I wonder how many views that has on YouTube.
It's many millions.
I'll have to look at it. So that was my first day filming Total Divas. So touche to the producers because they really got me. And they were like, and I will say, they were like, if you're going to do anything like this to anyone in the cast, Natty's the one. Because Natty's life is a work since she was 12 years old.
Yeah.
So she gets it. And we showed up, and they were like, we really want this moment for you to slap her. Now knowing what I know about Total Divas, I would have thrown the girl out, whoever slapped me, without telling me, and I would have quit the show and never done it again. Like, we all had to have a big talk about physicality after this. And so we did 2 takes, and during the 2 takes, she didn't say anything that I felt like warranted a slap. So though it's not like it's not scripted, I was like, if you tell me I look ugly, I'm not going to slap you because I know I'm not ugly, you know? So like, I'm like, you got to give me something more to work with. And so she said something about my age, and I was like, oh, you're not even going to lie about my age? Like, but still. And then she said, you're on the verge of being a stripper. And I'm just like, about my looks or something like what I wear or something, I can't remember. And so I slapped her, and I was ready. Like, I was ready for her to deck me. I was ready for her to completely hit me. And she stood there frozen. And she just was like, and they had to edit the clip because it was so long, and I went, okay. And so I turn around, and I like whip my hair, and I start walking. Like, what am I going to do? Like, it was so weird. I couldn't believe it. Natty Neidhart from the dungeon, shocked, stumped. And she goes, you get off my property. And she kind of like half pushes me, like so weak. And like, it was the weirdest half push. And I kind of trip, and I'm like, get serious. And I like walk to my car, and I pull off, they hit cut, and then I back up, and Russell comes out of the bushes. Everyone comes out of the bushes, and I'm like, he told me to. Oh my God, he told me to. And she was like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And at this point, I had only been on the main roster for a year, maybe not even.
Yeah.
So I still was like very new, fresh meat, God. And she goes, well, that's fine. Can we film it again? And I'm like, oh. And she's like, that's a weird reaction. Like, that's not how I would do it. And I'm like, oh, well, do you want to slap? You can slap me back. I'm like, I'll give you permission. Like, whatever you want. She's like, yeah, like, I just want to feel it. Like, but can we film it again? And Russell's like, sure. But when we filmed it again, she flinched before I slapped her. Like, she knew. And then watching it back too, being on reality TV is hard because I'm not talking like this. You sound a little like the camera's there. Like it's some people, and you can see as the years went by, we all got more comfortable being on camera. And so she kind of flinched, and I think she pushed me hard. I don't even know what the take was, and we ended up going with the first take because she just like had no clue. And I think Steph McMahon told me at TV, she was like, you got to slap, girl. And I was like, it's safe. And I'm like, it's safe. It's right on, it's on the palm. It's on the fingers.
Stephanie McMahon is the slap queen.
Oh, she's the slap queen.
She gets Stephanie the best slaps.
She'll slap you in the ear. She slapped Big Show in the ear. If you ever had Big Show on, ask him about that.
But then don't your ears ring?
Yes. Yes. She slapped the shit out of Show's ear. And he's told me. So she's the slap queen, but it's wild.